All right. Now we're doing FreeCodeCamp, responsive web design, not responsive web design, JavaScript algorithms and data structures, basic algorithm scripting, Slice and Splice. All right. So we're given two arrays and an index. We're going to copy each element of the first array into the second array in order. We'll begin inserting elements at index in of the second array, and then we're going to return the resulting array. The input arrays should remain the same after the function runs. All right. So we're going to copy each element of the first array, so this one right here, and put it inside of here, starting at this index. So for this one, we've got index 1. So we'll start at 0, 1 right here, and we'll put 1, 2, 3 inside of it. So we'll say 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, like that, all right? So first things first, let's make a result variable. Let's say let result equal an empty array like this, all right? So that's where we're going to push this stuff into. And then we're going to come down here and say, we're going to iterate through R2 by saying for let I equal 0, while I is less than R2.length, we'll say I++. All right? And then after that, what we're going to do is we'll say result.push. And what we're going to push is all this stuff at some point. But you know what? Let's do this first. Let's check to see if the I equals this first, so that we can start pushing in there. So we're going to push our, what are we going to push? We'll push R2 at I, of course. But before that, we're going to do the if statement. So we'll say if I equals in. What we're going to do here is say, we're going to say result.push, and we're going to just push this whole array in there. And to do that, instead of using a for loop, we'll just use the spread syntax, which allows an iterable such as an array or string to be expanded in places where 0 more arguments or elements are expected, all right? So we'll just say dot push dot dot dot. Actually, that's not the elements. This is the arguments, because this is a function call. The push is a function call. So we'll say dot 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 R1 like that. And let's come down here and say return result. All right. And let's wrap this thing up in parentheses. Say in front of it console.log. And you'll see right here, we've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, all right? So it checks to see if we're at this, what is it called? Index in R2. And then if we are, we're going to push all of R1 in there. And if not, we'll just push whatever R2 at I is at the moment, all right? But let's see what happens when we run it. It doesn't work. Why is that? Well, you can see in this, what is it? In this one right here, where 0 and the length of R2 are the same, it doesn't work. So let's just do that. Let's put, let's just get this and replace this with that. So let's copy this and replace this with it. Like that. And you see it gives us an empty array. So in that case, what we're going to do is say if in equals R2.length, what we'll do is we'll just say result.push, and then we'll push dot 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 R1 in that case. And you see it pushes 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And when we run it this time, it does work. But you know what? As you can see right here, that's a lot more typing than we need to do in this day and age, especially with JavaScript. Maybe if this was like Python, but it would be different with Python anyways. I don't really know Python, so don't be asking me. So let's come over here and let's put this in comments right here. And we'll say something like this. What should we say? Let's do it concise syntax. Let's say const, and let's say Frankensplice. Const Frankensplice like this equals, and it's going to equal this argument list right here. So let's just take this like that. And then we'll say arrow like that, right? So let's come down here and let's think for a second. We could definitely use the, actually, let's first start off. We're going to make an array literal like this. We could definitely use that slice method on this. And we could slice, let's bring this one back. We could slice up R2 in a way that we can use it, all right? That doesn't really make sense, but I'm in the middle of something. So like, let's do something like this. Like, let's slice from 0 to 1. All right, let's go over slice again, just in case you forgot. So the slice method of array instances returns a shallow copy of a portion of an array into a new array object selected from start to end, where also end is not included, where start and end represent the index of items in that array. So none of this right here is going to help us at the present moment, but let's take this stuff out of here. Let's take this out too. And let's change this to 0, all right? And let's go to something like 2, all right? So if we run this, you can see it gives us ant and bison. So it gives us 0, 1, but it doesn't include 2, right? So it just gives us ant and bison like this. So what we could do here is we could use the spread syntax again like this. We could say ... R2 dot slice. And we're doing this because it's inside of an array literal, right? Dot slice, and we'll slice off from 0 to n. And you can see right here, it gives us 4 because it goes 0, 1, and it doesn't give us 1, right? So now we can add the comma. We're going to do comma ... R1, all right? So this comma right here is this comma right here. And then this R1 is all of this made into comma separated values instead of an array, right? So then we just have another comma, all right? And this comma is going to have another slice. We'll say pretty much the same thing as this, but with a little bit of a difference. We'll get this and we'll drop it off right here. And instead of starting at 0, we'll start at n, all right? Making it start at 1 in this case. So it'll start at 1, 0, 1 right here, putting 5 and 6 at the end. So this comma right here is this comma right here. And then these three are this comma, and then this comma right here is this comma right here. Hopefully that makes sense for you. And then we have these two because we did another spread syntax. And if we run the test on that one, it works again. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing for you guys. I don't know how to say it any other way though. So let's submit it. And now we're on to Falsy Bouncer, and we'll see you next time.